Indian, Indian Racing League. Alright, let's do a quick audio check.
Yeah, audio check.
Alright, if you can just increase your mic volume by a little bit while I make the party audio mix good. I think we are both audible, very much so. And while I share the link, just a moment. Alright, the link has been shared, so very nice hello and welcome everyone to the Indian Racing League Division 2 race around the only figure of 8 track on the circuit, Suzuka. Welcome Noble Gata, and joining me in the comms box is Basil, URL Basil. So, I think this is your first time in the comms box, is it, Baz? Let us know.
Yeah, it is, yeah. It's nice to be commentating alongside the great Chip Schemer. Yeah, it's nice to be here.
And I'm humbled by that. Thank you very much. We did miss the first I think it was about 6 minutes of qualifying that we missed. Unfortunately, yeah, did not time my dinner very well. Apologies for that. But nonetheless, Baz, as a veteran, hello Caesar, as a veteran of league racing, and I think you have quite a few podiums around Suzuka as well. So let us know, what is your feeling about this track? How do you feel about this track?
No, I wouldn't say veteran, but yeah, now this track I think is suits my driving style a little bit. I'm unusually high on the time trial leaderboard, so yeah, it's a good track. I really enjoy it. I think most drivers do as well. So yeah, I think we're going to see some good racing stuff.
Yes, I do think so. And just before we start with our qualifying proceedings, do let me know, as if you can see Malav in both P14 and P20, because that is what I can see on my end.
Yes.
I'm not sure why we can see two versions of You Can Beat Me. Are we going to see two DNFs before we reach the first corner on the first lap? Let's wait and find out. I don't think so. Let's have a look at somebody starting their lap. So I think Harshi is starting their lap. So why don't you take us through it, Baz?
Yeah, so Harshi's on his lap. Going into the first corner. I don't know any of the corner names, so yeah,
okay.
Flat out into the corner and then downshift to I think 5th, trying to take it as quick as possible into the first sector. Try and keep it in 5th, I believe, and up the hill into 6th. Degna 1. Try and keep it flat, and then Degna 2 can be quite difficult. Yeah, getting on to that. I was actually following Harshi, not Harsh, so yeah, a great goal. Yeah, Degna 1, try and keep it flat, slight lift. Degna 2 is really important to get that run to the hairpin corner. It's quite difficult on traction here. I specifically lose a lot of time here. But yeah, going down to Spoon corner is also another difficult corner. But one you can gain a lot of time on if you nail it. See Harsh how he goes. Yeah, take it. Oh! I don't even know who that is, because F1 world cars, but yeah, we're going reaching 130 yards, obviously flat in these modern day cars. But yeah, try and pick out your braking point for the final not hairpin. What do you call it, Mickey Mouse, whatever
chicane,
that is.
Yeah.
Chicane, that's it, yeah. Quite difficult sometimes, but yeah, coming across the line.
And P2.
127.7, not bad.
That's P2 right now for Harsh. And there are only two drivers right now in the 127s, that's Shooter and Harsh. Quite interesting. And Harsh's teammate is Shrikant Das, who's currently in P5, so obviously all the spectators and even us, it's the first time for us that we're seeing F1 World Cars being used for league racing. Expect the same tomorrow, and expect the same until Codemasters fixes their damn game. But yeah,
Yeah.
interesting to see so many vibrant liveries. I'll put it very diplomatically, very vibrant liveries all over the grid. As this is one livery that was pointed out to me quite a while back. F17 pointed out that he and Raman will be driving the Mercedes livery. I'm not sure what to call it. The black and I think this is a reminiscent of the 2020 livery, the
Yeah, yeah, it looks like it. Yeah,
W11, right?
W10, W11, sorry. Yeah.
W11, yeah. So I think we can go onward with somebody who's just about to start their lap. I see somebody is approaching the Casio Triangle. There's a grey car. That is the worst way to decide who is on a lap. All right, so we have You Can Beat Me Part 1 just exited Spoon, and You Can Beat Me Part 2 has just exited the last corner. So who's who? Not sure. Let's wait and find
Yeah.
out. So let's follow somebody. Let's follow Oxidized Rage. I shall take us through this lap. Let us know if you see something of note, guys.
Okay.
So Oxidized going towards turn one in the purple car. I'm not sure which one that is supposed to be, but through turns one, the first section of turns, and approaching this S's. This is a very tricky section. Takes a little bit too much grass there, I believe, for his own liking. Has I think lost a little bit of time, but still keeps it very neat and tidy, sticking within the track limits. And through Dunlop curve, it's a very tricky corner while Shooter absolutely obliterates his previous time and goes 127.1. That is 6 tenths faster than the next guy. Degna 1 and 2 for Oxidized Rage. Oxidized is known to be one of the best qualifiers in D2. And approaching the hairpin here, what can Oxidized do? Brakes decently, sticks to the inside, and is very cautious with the throttle there. I see somebody just plonked up to P4. I think that's F17. What a great effort by him there to put his car in that position. Through 270R goes Oxidized and approaching Spoon Curve, one of the most technical sections of the track. This is, apart from the S's, exits Spoon and has a spin.
Ooh.
Yep.
Just
And
just got on throttle a bit too happy there. Was on for a good lap, I think it was.
yep, that was looking to be shaping up to be a decent lap for him, but unfortunately, that's curtains for him. Raman, I believe, has just finished the lap and has gone P7. We have 6 viewers in chat. Hello and welcome, everyone. We have Shooter, who is about to exit Spoon Curve and, as a result, exit Sector 2 as well. Yes, hello, PSI. Nice to see you. And yes, that is Basil. Your ears do not deceive you at this moment. We see
What's
Shooter
up,
down
PSI?
Shoot us down by 2.5 seconds. Welcome, PSI. I'm surprised you woke up, PSI. There's still a lot of time to sleep, but nonetheless. Welcome. We see Falcon, who's just put his car in P5, and somebody else who's about to finish that. Okay, Abdul Samad has appeared out of nowhere in P12. Has the same happened for you?
Yep.
I think that's just
130 dead.
yeah,
130 dead, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think Abdul was there previously in the session, so I'm not sure. This game is brilliant at times. Yeah,
I think we've lost one of the You Can Beat Me, so I think that was Abdul.
oh damn.
I think it's fixed itself. It's fixed itself. Great game, this.
Oh, what a brilliant game. Spandan going P11, and a driver I particularly don't have too many good memories with while racing is Viper Speed. However, he is currently taking Spoon.
That's my
down.
teammate you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. We had a very interesting exchange at Monza last season in Division 1.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so did we.
Yes, exactly. It was the Williams versus my very dear Alfa Romeo. But
Yeah.
at this moment, he's driving a gold and white car. I'm not sure what that is supposed to be. Is he driving a jewelry shop or what? But nonetheless, he is in P15 for now. So I'm surprised that Deadly Mosquito has not been able to put a representative lap in. But he is out on track, taking 130R right now. And with just 3.5 minutes left in the session, what do you think, Baz? What's your bet for pole? Is Shooter secure or can somebody displace him?
That's a strong lap. It's almost what almost 6 tenths faster. Yeah. I reckon Hush will be up there.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, Hush will be up there. Maybe Oxidize if we can put a lap together. But yeah, I think Shooter is definitely favourite.
Yeah, I think one of the most unfortunate things about Oxidaz and Deadly Mosquito is that while they're very fast drivers, they have a tendency to not really finish races at times. So their speed really doesn't get them anywhere in the end. Unfortunate for them. However, we are on board with Deadly Mosquito, who's up by 3 tenths, but has messed up then Degna 1 and 2 and has spun and has crashed out.
Oof.
I just switched over to him for this lap. I don't believe there's a better example of the commentator's curse than this. People are filing into the pit lane and towards the pit exit. I believe this is going to be pedal to the metal for everybody. PSI saying 130R is not flat. All right.
PSI, go to sleep, bro. Go to sleep.
Yep. Good. Have a little. And Ethan. Alright, so people are very surprised you're in comms, Baz. I think you
Yeah,
can take
man.
that as a compliment. Definitely
Yeah,
so.
try something different. Apologies for my accent if you can't accept it, but we gotta try something new every day.
Yeah, there's a very quick driver who had a problem with that, I believe.
Yeah,
As
yeah.
Bullister was impeded a little bit there by somebody. Wow. Wow, these descriptions are gonna get vague very soon. Bullister has backed out of his lap. And with 1 minute 30 to go, I think everybody should get to the line in time. Is anybody just exited the pit lane?
Oxidize is on his lap now.
Alright. Oxida is going through the S's. Let's be onward with him through the S's. This is a majestic section of racetrack. I must say, Japan,
Yeah.
I really do love Suzuka. Even though I might not be the fastest, it's a real pleasure to drive around this track. As Oxidize takes Dunlop curve, approaching the end of Sector 1 and Degna 1 and 2, and I cannot see the sector split because a comment is blocking the sector split.
He's up. He's up almost 2 tenths.
Okay, that's a pretty reasonable lap, but he's
Oh,
backed off.
out.
Yeah,
He's
why?
backed out.
Does he have enough time to go for another lap? 52 seconds? I don't think. I think that's not very well judged by Oxidize. Because there's some traffic ahead of him. Other people also starting their laps. While we have Shooter, who is on his hot lap and going through the S's. There's a car ahead of him. Looks to be an Audi livery. Might be Viper Speed. I'm not sure who that is. As Shrikant Das has retired from the session. Shrikant can do no better than P7, while Shooter is up by some margin. I can't really see it very well, or at all. Rather. Yeah. As Shooter, there's a car ahead. I think that might be Viper Speed in P15, who's ahead of Shooter and might affect his lap by providing him with some dirty air. Let's have a look. That is Viper Speed. So it's alright. So Shooter's going to be a bit frustrated under that helmet there. 3 cars cannot get to the line in time. Through spoon curve, Shooter is being held up quite a bit there by Viper Speed. And I'm not sure what to call this. Is this case of impeding, or is this what's it? He's up by almost 1.5 tenths in the second sector, and is they going to catch your triangle? I don't think Shooter can do anything. Is Shooter going to still finish his lap? He might as well, which he is going to, but I cannot even put this into words. Shooter is going to be down by 3 tenths. He lost half a second, stuck behind Viper Speed, who himself did not improve his position, I believe, or did he? Not sure. While we do have Domithor, who's up in the first sector, and he is about to end the second sector as well. What about 7-7's invalidated? What about Falcon? Falcon has lost his rear end there, and yeah, Falcon can't do any better. What about Wicked Vicky? He's backed off. So it's all up to Domithor right now, as it seems. Maybe something that Ramin or Oxidize might be able to do. Domithor coming up to the Casio Triangle. This is all or nothing for the Aston Martin driver. I do remember that. And what a lovely livery he has on board with him. F17's retired from the session. Domithor coming up to the line. What's it going to be for the Aston Martin driver? It's going to be P2. He secures his P2 as somebody's just gone fast. I think that might be Spandan, who's who's put in a very good lap there. Wow.
Yeah. Well, it's great to see the Aston Martin boys 1 and 2. Harsh in P3. Shrikant, where are you, bro? It's P9. But yeah, it's nice to see Spandan up there. Falcon, Ramen, Vicky. Oxidize, I don't think of a clean lap in at the end. Viper Speed, Jin, Abdul Harshi, Deadly Mosquito, and Marlov.
Yep, that's been a very interesting qualifying. And at the end of it all, Shooter takes pole by 3.5 tenths. Is that?
Yeah.
a sign of things to come, do you believe, for the main race?
Yeah, unless we have maybe rain or something. It's the shooters to lose, I think.
So why don't you run us through the quali order, Baz?
Yeah, so you got shooter, Domithor, Harsh, top three, and F17, Spandan, Falcon, Raman, Vikin Viki, Srikandas, and Pulista rounded off the top 10. P11 got Oxidized, Viper Speed, and then Jin, P14, Abdul, and I can't scroll back down.
That's
P15,
Harshi. Yeah.
P15 Harshi, P16 Deadly Mosquito, and Marlov, P17 of the guys that did their laps. And then P18 Nobugata, Abi, and then Pradham to round off the grid.
Yep, a full grid.
Full grid,
After quite a
yeah.
while. I haven't seen a full grid in a while. And I believe people are really taking Suzuka very seriously, and it is sunny skies. You can see the Suzuka Ferris wheel in the background there, looking very neat. And what do you think? Do you think that. What's your podium predictions, Baz? Let us know.
I'm gonna say Shooter to take the win, Harsh P2, and Shrikant to work his way up to P3.
Alright. I will also go for Shooter, 7, and Spandan in any order. I'm not going to give any exact predictions here, but I believe that's going to be the top 3. In my opinion, I think quite a few drivers are going to be starting on the mediums, but do you think we're going to see anybody on softs or hards?
I doubt it. I reckon it'll be medium to hard. If it's a dry race,
Oh,
then
why?
definitely.
You want to go? I'll go.
Oh, you go, you go.
Alright, the fifth light is on ahead of the drivers, and it's gonna be lights out, and away we go. It's a good start for Shooter. Domithor also gets a nice launch off the line there. Everybody seems to be very calm as they all hurtle towards the first corner. The two Aston teammates are squeezing one another. Domithor has lost out to Harsh, and we see some contact further back. I see cars all around the infield. Somebody's had a spin. Is that Shrikant Das? It certainly is. Further back, we're
Yeah.
seeing Seven and Spandan going to battle, and we see a yellow flag. Is that a safety car? Is that a V? I think it's a VSC that we have right now. Somebody has had a massive moment and just stopped on
Viper
track.
speed at the back.
Yes, Viper speed is. I'll be diplomatic here and I'll say he's just having a tough day. Uh, Noble Guarders have not had the best start as well, but we have about four drivers on soft tires, and what's happening here between Deadly Mosquito, Viper, and Noble. Nonetheless, up ahead, though, it's interesting to see that Shooter really squeezed out Domithor there at turn 1, if you noted that. I think Domithor won't be very happy with his teammate there for doing that. However, Harsh did make the most of the race start and got a brilliant race start there.
Yeah, yeah. It was probably not the best of getaways for Shooter, but he obviously kept his nose there and takes the lead through the first lap.
And Abdul has left the session, and we are green flags. Alright, so Shooter still leads the way as we see position trading already between Wicked Vicky and Falcon, who has to yield that position. That would have been an almighty crash if he would not have backed out there. But yeah, oh, somebody misses the apex. There's that F17. Yeah, I think cars are not very hot right now. And I think F17 has lost out a little bit. And yeah, Shooter still leads. Further back, Pratham in the box in the whatever Alpine, I think it is. Yeah, I think it's the Alpine. We see two cars going side by side. You can beat me and Raman. You can beat me. Cedes the position very easily. Does not put up too much of a battle here, and lets Raman go. We have Pratham in the box along with Shrikant and Harshi. Harshi has a full black car. I feel pity for his driver there. Virtual driver is going to be getting very hot in that cockpit. And if you can you send Abdul an invite? Do you have him added?
Can you try?
Alright, if you don't, then just let me know. I'll do the same. Yeah, I'll just focus on this battle till now. Somebody has a massive moment. There's that Oxidized, yeah. Quite a massive rear end snap, but somehow kept it under control. That was masterful car control there to keep it away from the barriers. And Viper Speed has retired from the session in the pit lane at the end of the very first lap.
No,
Why?
I don't have Abdul.
All
on
right, no
friends list.
worries. I'll add him to the session. Just a moment. And I see Abdul online. There you go. I've added him. All right. Well, do please join back, Abdul. As let's focus on the top
Cool.
few. So Harsh is hassling shooter, and once again this game. There's a yellow flag in the third and the first sector, so no overtakes can be made because Viper Speed's retired car is to come back out on track for some reason. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Just what
You
you
gotta like
expect
this
from
game.
from a billion
Yeah.
dollar company. And the yellow flag, his car's pulled off. It could have just retired in the pit lane, but no. Why do you want peace when you can have violence? Wicked Vicky on the back of F17 tags the grass there. So 7 is not really having a very good time right now on those mediums. Is he just not able to fire them up, or do you think it's something with the setup?
Maybe sub related. But yeah, I think you'll see as the confidence builds with the drivers, they will start closing the gaps.
I think that is a very apt observation that you made there, as once again, this time Oxidize navigates that corner well. We see Jin in P9, he's made up 4 places from P13 to P9, and I think he's not the biggest gainer. The biggest gainer here is Abhi274, who's made up 6 places from P19 all the way to P13. It's not points yet, but still, that has to be commended. Noble got also up 4 places, while Shrikant has lost 10.
Yeah, I mean he got tagged, so
Yeah.
he's on hard. So is he expecting to go to the
Yeah,
end?
he
Is it possible?
boxed and went onto the hards. I think he might be able to
Yeah.
take it to the end. Let's be on board here with Wicked Vicky. He's gonna go for a dive at the Casio Triangle, very akin to Senna and Prost. 7 is missing the apexes. I don't think 7's very comfortable with this setup here because the tires really I don't think are too much of a factor at this stage. 4 laps in, as Wicked Vicky easily gets
Vicky
past
makes a
7.
move.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a neat move. While Spandan chasing after Domitor, Domitor has fallen back to about 3 seconds behind Harsh. Harsh is still on the back of the race leader, pole sitter, and yeah, who people are really touting to be the eventual winner as well. But yeah, we have
I feel
another.
like they're working together, just pulling away
Yeah.
from the rest of the pack.
I think that makes
Which is, I
sense.
think, the right thing to do.
Yeah, we saw it
to
work
make
in
that
Singapore in real life between
Yeah.
Carlos and Lando. So why wouldn't it work here? Because if you can just keep giving each other DRS, that's a neat way to stay ahead of the rest of the pack. We saw Shooter absolutely dominate last time out in Singapore.
Yeah.
If you remember
yeah.
the D2 race, as Noble picks up the first penalty of the race, and Spandan is left. Oh no!
Ooh.
Do you have him added?
No, I don't, unfortunately.
Alright, so no worries, I'll do the needful in just a moment. As I'm not sure why people are leaving this lobby.
I think the lobby might be a little bit.
Yeah, I've sent
Little bit
Spandan the
bugged.
invite, so please do join back Spandan. He is falling down the order. Wicked Vicky. Is Wicked Vicky gonna hold on to the back of the car to get DRS? He might just have done so. Where's the DRS detection? Do you know where the DRS detection is?
I think it's before the yeah, it
Yeah,
should
it's
be before
just
the
before
chicane.
the chicane. Yeah,
Yeah,
as
it should be.
Spandan should be back any moment now, but F17 is gonna get him on track, and Spandan has regained control, I think, is it? Yeah, because there was some
Not
very
yet.
robotic steering inputs. Yeah, as Falcon also gets past, will Bullista also get past the Audi
You got a feel
driver?
for these drivers where they
Yeah.
where they
Oh,
disconnect.
he's back.
He just rejoined.
He's back,
He
he's
rejoined.
just. And the two Audis here, that's what you would love to see in real life. Jin and Spandan at the moment. Spandan has fallen 5 positions. That is very unfortunate for him.
Very unfortunate, but he's
Yeah.
showing good pace, so don't put it past him to make those positions back again.
Yeah, you do have to feel for him as Jin makes his way past Bullista, who had a bit of a moment there going into Degner 2, and at the hairpin, they're side by side. I think Jin's gonna get better drive out of that corner. They're still side by side. There's some fantastic
Great
action
overtake.
between two of
Great
them.
overtake.
Yep, but Jin's made it stick. What a brilliant overtake by one of the most experienced drivers in this league. That has
Yeah.
to be commended. I must say, as Jin now sets up a move on Falcon, formerly known as Mayank. Mayank in the Falcon in the Alfa Romeo, is it? I think it has to be the Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, Alfa Romeo.
As Oxidize is letting people by, is he? I'm not sure what's happening to him there. Let's focus on this little battle here before you have a yellow flag. Stray yellow flag for, is it Hershey? Is it, who's that? I think that might have been, no. Oh, it's Deadly Mosquito.
Deadly
He's
mosquito.
messed up
Yeah.
at Spoon Curve and he took an awfully long time to recover. I thought it was somebody at the back of the grid. It was not. While Ballista and Spandan trade places, Spandan gets past Ballista and he is stamping his authority. He wants to
He's
make
making
up
his
for
way
the,
back up.
yeah, he
Yeah.
wants to make up for
Yeah.
the positions lost and the time lost while being disconnected. And yeah, that's very
Yeah, I'm
impressive.
genuinely surprised some people went for softs. I'm not. To be fair, I haven't done any race ones, so I don't know how long they last. But definitely don't think it would last that long. Soft tires.
Yeah, I think that the reliance on soft on the safety car has reduced quite a bit now as somebody makes a mistake there. That's
Fun.
Spandan, yeah, that has to be
Yeah,
Spandan who's
Spandan, yeah.
lost the position to Ballista. Yeah, we haven't seen too many safety cars in these past few races. The racing standards have really become
That's
very,
always
very
good to
high.
see.
Yeah, that is good
Always
to see,
great to
but
see.
you don't really see too many strategic gambles being taken as a result. Another yellow flag. Who's
Another
that?
yellow flag.
Hershey? Possibly? The
Actually,
last of the
yeah.
running cars, yeah.
Actually,
Yeah, I think not a very good race for Hershey. Spanda, oh, Bullista off track! Something happened to Bullista, I think. He's,
he made a mistake at Spoon.
I think he made contact, possibly. I think he and Spandan were side by side and they may have possibly made contact. Not too sure what's happened there. However, okay, Jin had a little moment there, I think. But nonetheless, we carry on. Up ahead, Harsh has closed the gap to Shooter by about 2 or 3 tenths, but I think that just keeps fluctuating. It's not really.
Shrikant and Abdul at the back, trading positions.
Yeah, Abdul, I think just. Is he gonna let Shrikant by? Which he does, but in a very. That's not the way to let somebody by, Abdul. You can let them by in a little safer manner, but nonetheless. Both of you are still in the race. As we see, Bullister's boxed for hard tires, and is he going to be overtaken by Pratham? He might be, as Mosquito makes another mistake. Did he try to go for the Latifi corner there? Unsure, but he is still on track. Bullister rejoins in P15. Another yellow flag for some reason.
Abdul made another mistake.
Yeah, Abdul is not.
Shrikant, I don't know, but he doesn't look like he's having a great time at the moment. Abdul.
Those at the back of the field are not really enjoying their time on the softs or the hards. Neither is Deadly Mosquito on the mediums. Hello, Ajitesh, also known as Redstone. Nice to see you. And I see people are very excited to have you in the comms box, guys. That is, I think, Yep. You're a very popular figure around here. As there's a nice 4-car battle here behind Wicked Vicky, chased by F17, Falcon, and Jin. So Jin has 3 cars to navigate. Another yellow flag. What's going on? I think Abdul probably should box. Look at boxing as a 4.
Torrid time at the moment.
Yeah, it's a 4-car battle here. People are hating on the Ferrari livery. And yeah, not too many fans.
Gone as well.
Oxidize had a spin. Oh yeah, he's going pretty slow and he's going to be possibly overtaken by Noble Garter. So Noble Garter has the only penalty of the race as of now, and into turn 1 they go. What is happening to Oxidize? That was a very odd line to take. Noble Garter himself struggling while Oxidize just kept it on track. That's a neat save by him, but I'm not sure why the medium runners are struggling already. It's 8 laps into the race. Not sure what's going on here. There's a little battle here between Deadly Mosquito and Shrikant. Shrikant's gonna go around the outside of the Williams driver, I would like to say. Not too sure which team he's in, but Shrikant's fast nonetheless. 6 laps. So I think Shrikant might be hoping for a safety car. That's the only thing that can get him back into this race at this point.
Yeah, for sure. Unless he has an amazing pace, I can't see any other way that he'll get back into this race.
Yep, and Redstone wants to see the Merc cars, so there you go, F17, Ram's down in P10 at the moment, but this is the Mercedes Knowledge glory. Here you go, Redstone. As I switched to him, Wicked Vicky had a bit of a bad run through the Casio triangle, but 7 did not get the best traction out of that corner. As we go towards turn 1, it's going to be a snaky train here. Look at that. Jin trying to make the move on Falcon. And who's that coming out the pit lane? Is that Abdul Samad, who's
Abdul,
already been
yeah, Abdul.
lapped? That is not the way to have the ninth
Oh,
lap of the race start. We have multiple yellow flags which have disappeared all of a sudden. This game. What a brilliant, brilliant game.
I think it's
Seriously.
for Abdul moving out the way of
Yeah, I
everyone.
think he's adhering to blue flags.
Yeah.
That's sensible. Sensible by him. But yeah, that's pretty much race over for Abdul. Because if you're lapped at this point, you have so many cars between you and the race leader themselves, you can't really unlap yourself. That's gonna
Unfortunately,
be
the
a
game doesn't allow that, but yeah.
yeah, it's a basic feature to code in, but Codemaster is not really interested in doing some coding work. I'm loving this 4 car battle here. This for battle for
This four
P4
car battle was good. Yeah,
as a
yeah.
blue flag, a yellow flag, so many flags. This is also the track where we heard Seb Vettel say his very famous blue flag message to, I think it was Pascal Wehrlein and Esteban Ocon. And there's a very nice remix, a brilliant song on it as well, if you know.
Yeah, what year was that again? I can't
2016.
remember.
2016.
2016. I think it
Yep.
was also last season we had a Pierre Gasly issue, didn't we?
Yeah,
looks like
Falcon
Falcon's making a move.
on 7, and 7 being forced right there, and 7 will lose a position to Jin. They make
Jin's gonna
contact side by
capitalize.
side. Yeah, I think
Great opportunity to
Falcon
move.
Falcon got a bit elbows out there, and speaking of Falcon, he's going to be under threat from Jin, who is going to make the move into turn 1 down the inside, but Falcon gives him very little room, but just enough to exist. 7 is going to get a brilliant view of all this. Falcon and Jin very close. Falcon takes to the grass, and he loses the position to the Audi livery
Good
of
move,
Jin.
good move.
Yeah.
But Jin is showing some great pace today.
Yep.
Definitely
Jin,
not afraid to get his elbows out either, which is
exactly.
which is really good to see.
And speaking of getting elbows out, that was a bit elbows out by Falcon, who I don't think is going to be on best of terms with 7 as of now. 7 will be a bit unhappy with that aggressive move, and look who's behind 7, joining this little battle here. Spandan, he's back.
Yeah, making his way back up.
And we have You Can Beat Me in P9 on 9 lap old soft tires. All those ahead of him are on soft mediums. Wow, I'm really eating up my words today. But
yeah, I mean, Marlon is up 8 positions, so it's a great start for him.
Yeah, that is, and so is Jin. Jin and Marlo both up 8 places. That's a very, and Wicked Vicky is lagging around in that Verstappen livery Red Bull. Jin is not going to get DRS, but he's also not going to give DRS to Falcon, so that is going to give some reason for 7 to make some moves, as Abhishek is surprised that Spandan doesn't have his weekly 3-second penalty yet. Let's wait and see.
Let's not jinx him yet, guys. Let's not jinx him just yet.
Yeah. Well, let's wait and watch. 11 laps in, 7 makes a move on Falcon for P6. So Falcon losing the position to 7 after all. It's just a lap later than he would have liked to do so. Up ahead though, these two have pulled out a 10-second gap to the next car, Shooter and Harsh. We're not really focusing on them, sensibly so. Abhi has decided to box. Is he going to go on to mediums or hards? What do you think? What should the soft runners do at this point? Pratham and You Can Beat Me.
Yeah.
Hards or mediums? Hards?
Oh, actually, you know what? If they could
16
stretch
laps.
out the mediums, but I'd say safer option is going for hards.
Yeah.
But we'll see how long Shooter, Harsh, how long they stay out on those mediums. That might give a good idea of how long these mediums will last.
So I think for the soft runners, it's a matter of whether they want to play it safe or whether they want to risk it. If they go into the mediums and Bullista picks up a penalty, so getting back, if the soft runners decide to go for mediums, they're gonna have I'll say a tough time towards the end of the race. The tires are gonna be really short and really struggling for grip. While the hards are not gonna give them enough pace, but they will last to the end of the race. So it's a trade-off. I must say that this is a tough choice for You Can Beat Me and Pratham. And let's have a look at what You Can Beat Me does. Exiting the Casio triangle.
I assume he will go on hards.
Falcon and 7 pit while You Can Beat Me stays out. Alright. Spandan also in the box. So what we sincerely hope for all the drivers is that nobody has to double stack. We don't know what teams where in the pit lane the cars are going to be. So they're going on to hards, 7 and Falcon. What about Spandan? Spandan going on to the mediums. What? Is it mediums for you?
He's kind of paused
Yeah,
on
he's
my
paused.
screen.
That's a.
It's a
Oh,
bug, is
he's.
it? He's gone on
No, that
mediums, I
was
think.
legitimate. I thought that was a bug. Never mind, it is a bug. As he gets back out on track behind Bullista. Wow. I think did Spandan go from mediums to mediums? Let's just have a look at the race director to confirm
Yeah,
that.
I think
Spandan
so.
has gone from mediums to mediums, which means he has shot himself in the foot and has to bank on a safety car right now to get his race back into play because he will have to make another
Uh,
mandatory pit stop. Why has he done that?
I reckon he went to he went to select it, and Marcus told him to do one. So
Yeah.
no, unlucky to London.
Yeah, that is the most unlucky strat of all since Shrikant's 10 lap old medium gamble at Monza. But Spandan still carries on for now. What about You Can Beat Me? Will You Can Beat Me box on this occasion? 13 laps in, he can box for mediums. He's done half the race distance on soft tires. He can do the remaining half on mediums. If he's
Meanwhile, Jin's making a
sensible,
move.
he should box, yeah. And Jin on wicket Vicky. So Jin could be an unlikely contender here for the podium. We haven't really talked about him much. You Can Beat Me does box. So I'm following You Can Beat Me because he has some pretty decent pace here tonight. And that pit lane at
Mediums.
Suzuka,
It's
yeah,
going for
mediums.
mediums.
That's actually a very smart strategy by him there. Softs to mediums,
Yeah.
he's avoiding the hard tires completely. As if you noticed, the cars jump into the pit box here at Suzuka.
Yeah, it's like they forgot to they
Model
forgot to
something.
flatten
Yeah.
that part of the pit lane or something. It's
Yeah, I think
really weird.
somebody needs to tell Codemaster that they don't have a bouncy castle at the pit lane in
Yeah.
Suzuka. But You Can Beat Me comes out in P11. Let's have a look at the pit stops. So he's in net P4 right now, but Shooter and Harsh are so far ahead, it's going to be net P6. But that is still going to be a pretty good finish for Malav. I think he's in a very good position. Malav.
Yeah, Milo just has to keep it clean, put the laps in, and you'll see himself jump up when everyone else pits. So
Yeah,
good going from Milo. Yeah.
and I think it's going to really come into play here because he is going to catch up to Bullista, Mandan, Falcon, and Seven real fast as the top two have pitted at the exact same time, same lap, and they're going to go on to. Is it softs? Is it hards? They're playing it safe. It's going to be hards.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
they've
there you
got the
go.
pace on the rest
Wow.
of the field. They don't need to worry about.
Yeah, and I think Jin will inherit the lead of the race along with Wicked Vicky, who's going to inherit P2. But Shooter and Harsh are going to come out well. No, never mind. Domithos also boxed. Ramin is boxing. Seven is a long way back and is under threat from Falcon. So it's clear skies and clear road for Shooter and Harsh. What a long way clear. I think Ramin will be jumped by quite a few drivers.
Yeah.
While Domithor is going to exit in, I think it's net P3 right now. Who's this? Oh! Seven had to go to the gravel there and loses a place to Spun. Then did Falcon break very early there for Abdul's AI? Not Abdul's AI. Abdul's lapped car.
No, Falcon made a move on Seven and then cut across him. I think Seven just was caught out by that and almost rear-ended him.
Yeah, and I think that was good reactions by Seven there to avoid the Alfa Romeo of Falcon. And we have a yellow flag. Bullister's retired. That's going to be a safety car. That's a full course safety car for the first time in this race.
Jin has benefited massively from this.
Yeah, truly, because Jin is going to be in a net. I think Jin's going to be net P3 after this.
Yeah.
But what should he do? Should he go for soft tires at this point? Because we saw Malav go 13 laps on softs. Do you expect Jin to do the same? I think Jin might play it safe and go into hards.
Knowing Jin, he'll go hards, but knowing my luck, he'll go softs. So,
let's wait and find out. And the top two are gonna box. The only drivers yet to box. I think Shrikant will also take this opportunity to box. He's a bit further down the order. And what will Jin do? Where Shooter has jumped them, and Jin is gonna go on to the Softs, alright. Yeah, the luck has played out exactly the way you said it would. While Wicked Vicky has gone onto the hot tires, so I don't think the tire wear is too severe for Jin. And
yeah, Jin is pretty good at keeping tire wear.
Yeah,
in check, so you know what? Yeah, he's looking like a dark horse in this race. So watch out for Jin, everyone.
And we have Spandan in the box, completing his mandatory pit stop, going on to the hard tires, is it? I don't think there's any other tire he can go on to apart from maybe the soft tires, which he is gonna go
Soft.
for,
Yeah.
and that is soft tires for Spandan and 7. Once again, Spandan is being held in the pit lane for some reason. That is a brilliant, brilliant game. Nothing to be said there. 7 onto the mediums, a fresh set of mediums. I think that's a smart call. He's lost, what is it, 4 places, but I think he should be able to make them all back within the first 4 laps or so. And there you
I
go,
hope
Spandan.
that glitch is not specific to that pit box because I would hate for anyone to have that pit box
No,
tomorrow.
no, Spandan's just teleported in front of 7, so that's
Oh,
not a
okay.
problem
Okay.
there.
It's a
Yeah.
game glitch. Of course, it's a game glitch.
And Abhi and Shrikant coming very close at pit exit. Abhi is on AI, I presume that those are very robotic steering inputs for Abhi. But yeah, Shrikant on the mediums has been thrown a lifeline here, halfway through the race distance.
Yep. So it's the Shrikant's chance to make his way back through the grid again.
Yeah, it's a chance of redemption for the Ferrari driver who is driving with a very surprising livery. People are not the biggest fan of this livery, this Ferrari livery. And let's have a look at the penalty situation meanwhile, Baz. So, alright, never mind. It's been very neat by all the drivers. Only 2 drivers have penalties. That's Noble Gata and Shrikant Das. Noble has had a few forgettable moments. What's happened to... No!
What has happened here?
What are these two doing? Falcon and You Can Beat Me have picked up a pair of 5-sec penalties, and I think they've really...
My love.
I think that's... Oh, somebody's in the pits. Is that Abdul? That's Abdul, alright. Yeah, just wondering who's boxed behind Malav. And yeah, that was a very Singapore Season 9 Division 2 Malav moment. I don't think I need to necessarily say what that was, but yeah, Malav has really gone for it.
Malav
picked
has
up a
penaltied
5.
himself.
Yeah,
Love to see it.
I still think that if he might be able to get that removed if he gives a valid argument to the stewards. I think this is gonna get Raman and Oxidize a bit interested. So Oxidize has had a very quiet race, I must say. Apart from that
Yeah.
one brilliant save, we haven't really seen much of Oxidize in this race. He's just been there or thereabouts.
Yeah. For his usual standards, fairly quiet, definitely.
Yeah, he is very quick. Although I wish we saw some more action from him. And she was saying Abdul Samad ghosted behind Falcon and Malav, and game gave them an illegal overtake. All right. So I think those pair of 5-sec penalties are going to be removed by the pair of them for the pair of them. So we're going to see them retain their positions as they are once they cross the line, unless they pick up any more penalties. It is going to be interesting to see what Wicked Vicky can do. We didn't really see too much of his pace once Jin passed him, but Wicked Vicky looked very fast. Ahead of S7
Yeah.
especially, if you remember, early on in the race.
Yeah. I mean, he's on hards, so depends how long the warm up phase is and all. But expect Jin to go on the attack from the first couple laps, especially being on softs. He's gonna have a tire grip advantage compared to the 2 up front. So gonna be a good restart, I think.
The only problem Jin is going to have is towards the end of the race where the softs are going to start to wear out. Apart from that, he is going to get superior grip at the restart. His tires are going to warm up quicker than the hards around the hard runners around him, even the medium runners. Malav is a long way back, but still. And all in all, he's just going to have a very good time in the initial phase. Towards the end, he's going to struggle a little bit. But will it be enough to offset his progress?
Yeah, I'm just hoping he's looking after the tires during the safety car. I think the safety car came as a blessing for him, for sure.
And if you've noted, the safety car has been out for, what is it, this is the 3rd lap in a row?
Yeah.
So Jin doesn't necessarily have that much tire wear. Because behind these...
Technically, he's got 9 laps for racing, so if Malav did 10 laps, I think it was a 10 or 11, I can't remember.
I think it's 12. I think it's
12
12
laps. Obviously, we can't see how much tire wear he had, but he was making good progress. So, yeah, I think Jin's in a good place. Definitely.
I think so as well. Jin is going to be in a very neat position. I'm also looking forward to see. And Viper Speed has left the session. Do we need to send him in? No, he retired on
No,
lap
he
one.
retired. He
Alright, he's
retired.
just
Yeah.
left the session. Okay. Just wondering what's happened there. It's going to be interesting to see Domithor as well. I must say, Domithor is one of the cleaner drivers in the league. And in this division, we saw a very good charge up the field from him in Spa. I think it was from P17 to P2, or it was P19 to P2. I think Domithor is going to pose a bit of a threat to Wicked Vicky here, and
Yeah, I mean, he had good quality pace, so he definitely has the underlying pace around his track. So yeah, expect him to mount a charge upon the restart.
while we say that, I just want to ask you. We are pointing out that Jin is going to have a very good time, but is he going to be able to take down the formidable defensive wall of Harsh and Shooter? These two work in tandem and have done so since the start of the season. They are very good friends, and I believe they are
But
in party chat in every race.
they're also championship rivals, aren't
Yeah,
they? So surely they need to battle at some point. You can't just
yeah,
play
friendly
can't be
games.
playing ib dib with each other. You know what I mean? So yeah, they got to eventually give us some entertainment. So
Yeah, and I
yeah,
think the safety car is going to be in this lap. So would you like to take us to the restart, Baz? I'll
yeah,
be
of
on board
course.
with Jin, so you can take us.
All right, so on board with Shooter, he's still warming up his tires. I reckon he'll take it all the way to the chicane and then bolt from there.
Still
Okay.
tentative Shooter.
Yeah, still very tentative. And he's gone. He's left. Yeah, it's good sizable margin, 6/10 to Hush. What about Jin?
And
Jin is keeping it respectable, keeping a good
yeah, I
gap.
think it's important to get your tires warmed up as well. You have to get them in the proper operating window as Noblegata and Spandan side by side. Spandan goes for the move down the inside of Noblegata and picks up P10 on those soft tires. So the soft runners are looking to make moves, and I think Jin is going to be no different, but he's falling back. Look, 8/10s already. What's happening here? I expected the hearts to take a while to warm up, but I think Jin is not really enjoying the warm up on the soft tires by the looks of it.
Oh,
He is
maybe he's just taking his
slow.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Taking it slow. I think he's gonna build it in sensibly. So I think it's better to build it in. Take a little bit of time to get your tires up to temperature and get into the proper comfortable operating window as he's built up a 1.6 second gap to Wicked Vicky, who made a mistake. I believe that was a yellow flag for
yeah.
him.
He went on that curve with and
Yeah.
bombed out.
And Domithor has taken a little bit of time to get his tires warmed up into the proper operating window, and as a result, he is 1.3 behind Wicked Vicky and under threat from Falcon, who's gone off track. And this is gonna give You Can Beat Me some reason to make an overtake, some impetus, some drive. As they go towards 130R, are we gonna see a move being made here? Possibly. What about Jin and Harsh? Nothing doing. What about You Can Beat Me and Falcon? You Can Beat Me stays behind for the time being, but into the Casio triangle we go. Nothing doing right now. And Raman's gonna get a good view of this little battle here. And Shooter picks up the fastest lap of the race. Jin is hot on the heels of Harsh. A yellow flag for Shrikant, who has not made the most of the opportunity provided to him. The lifeline thrown to him has really. He decided to sink with it, the lifeline, but
Shrikant is
Shrikant really not doing himself any favors for the championship or for anything else.
yeah, his livery skills is just as good as his driving, clearly.
Yeah, a lot of love for Shrikant's livery here. As we have a nice battle here between Raman and You Can Beat Me. Let me know if you note anything between Jin and Harsh. I'll follow this
Yeah.
little battle. Raman on being chased by Oxidize. Oxidize has a bad run through Degner 2. And Spandan under threat from 7. 7 looking to make up some position that he lost. While Noblegata goes for a dive down the inside at the hairpin. 7 takes the outside line. And is he gonna get better drive? They're gonna get very equivalent drive, but I think 7 is gonna stay ahead for the time being. Approaching 270R and spoon curve, 7 stays in front of the whatever team Noble Carter drives
These
for.
F1 World Cars are so
Yeah, F1 World Car
confusing.
driver. Yeah, F1 World Car driver.
So
That's
confusing.
unbelievable. As 7, Noble Carter and Spandan are gonna go to battle at 130R. Somebody's making a move with that Pratham side by side with no Harshi. And what's going on here? What's going on here? Noble Carter can't go for it. Noble Carter jumps over the curbing there and has to take some evasive action. And somebody in the box. Spandan in the box. Why?
He must have picked up damage. There's no other
Possibly.
way.
And no other reason for him to box either. And we see Jin has fallen back from Harsh, while Harsh himself has caught up to Shooter.
Hmm.
That's going to be very
Yeah.
interesting. As
I
Harsh.
I think personally, I think his setup was so suited to those mediums that he's just not able to get it going on softs.
Yeah, I think that's exactly the case for Jin. Because while he's there or thereabouts. He's not really there per se. Behind
Yeah,
Harsh.
yeah.
In a
He's there,
position
but
to
not there.
attack. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
exactly. It's very confusing. English is a very funny language, as I think it was Amitabh Bachchan who said that. But yeah, funny language. Jin, hai bhi nahi bhi hai. That's it. Chalo, Hindi is the way to go. Right now, Wicked Wiki 2.7 behind, Domithor 2.4 behind Wicked Wiki, Falcon 2 behind Domithor.
Saying that
So
though, he's within 3 tenths of Hush now. So Jin, are you listening? Yeah, keep going.
yeah, I think the comms are getting to the drivers as Jin gets a nice run out of the Casio triangle. Harsh
Oh,
has a
very
little
nice.
slide there. I think Jin might be looking to make an overtake. He is using battery, but that's not going to be enough. He picks up the fastest lap of the race on lap 21 of 27. Shooter still ahead, but Harsh is under increasing threat from Jin. I think Jin. This is going to be very interesting come the next few laps because Jin is going to be in a very good position only for say another 2 or 3 laps. After that, his tires will start to die out. Abdul gets a penalty for speeding in the pit lane, and I think he might retire. Yes, he does. So that's a third retirement of the race. Abdul Samad. Spandan
Oh,
picks up a
Spandan
penalty.
with his. There you go, guys.
Yeah.
You got your wish.
There you go, Abhi. Your request for 1 3-sec penalty for Spandan has come true. There you go. And he's down in 17th. So Spandan has messed up his strategy pretty badly. And that is
His
going
race
to.
has fallen apart ever since he went on medium.
Yeah, that. Not sure why he did that or why the game made him do that. But yeah, and as I go on board with Jin, he gets very close to the rear end of that Ferrari. Air quotations. Jin is very eager as Harsh, his light is blinking as his teammate Shrikant would love to say he is flashing.
Hush is flashing.
Yeah, Harsh is flashing in Shrikant's own words. As Jin gets very close at the Casio triangle, Shooter does not get a very good run out of that corner and Harsh is struggling himself, but he gets good traction out of that corner and he is gonna start lap 22 still ahead of Jin, but Jin might be looking to make
Jin
a move.
might make a move here.
Yep.
Might make a move
Inside
here.
outside,
Yeah.
he's gonna go outside. Is he gonna be able to make it stick? He decides against it. Harsh picks up a penalty. And this is getting tense for Harsh. Harsh has no battery. Shooter has a fair bit of battery. Jin also doesn't have too much battery, but he has a bit more than Harsh at the moment. And they're all pulling away from the man in P for Wicked Wiki. There's a nice battle here behind Falcon. It's You Can Beat Me and Ramen as well, chasing after potential P6 at the moment. Noble God is chasing after F17. So a lot of battles up and down the field. But the most interesting one is up ahead. I must say, these three are keeping us very much on the edge of our seats here. Shooter, Harsh, and Jin. Yellow flag for Harshi. He's in the gravel, and that is pretty abysmal for him. Jin approaching Spoon Curve. This is where we saw him gain a whole ton of time last time round. On this lap, he does not gain as much time, while Harsh is gaining some time on Shooter. This is getting very
Will
interesting.
they battle? Will they battle? I don't know. I don't think so. Oh wait,
You don't think so? I think they might.
I don't think.
They might.
I think they might keep it clean. Get that 1-2. I don't know.
I think they might be looking to get
But Jin is even closer this time.
Oh, he's made a mistake exiting the
mistake.
Casio triangle last corner, and he has followed back to 6 tenths, and that is going to be curtains on this occasion. While we see Falcons made a little error out of that corner, You Can Beat Me gets a decent run. Is You Can Beat Me going to make a move into turn 1?
Yeah.
Down the inside, a neat and simple move for You Can Beat Me. And Ramen's a long way back, but there's a three-way battle here. Look at this between 7 Noble Gata and Pratham. Is it? Oh, they're so close. And I think it's Pratham who's got the upper hand. Noble Gata's a bit further back, and 7 loses 2 places in the span of one straight. Oxalize picks up a penalty for speeding in the pit lane and is retired from the session. Why are people retiring so close to the end of the race? Just complete the next 4 laps, guys. Not sure why people are retiring. And we see Raman hot on the heels of Falcon. Hershey has retired. That's safety car. Oh! I was gonna say, I
Oh,
think Hershey retired on track, and that's gonna be a safety car.
Srikanth spun as well.
And Shrikant spun. This is the final lifeline that Shrikant can get. He can chuck on a set of soft tires and hope for the best. He's lost his front wing, so I think
Yeah.
possibly he and Hershey may have made contact as we were following the rest of the drivers. Spandan in the pit lane, once again being held, is it? No, this time he'd actually, never mind.
Do
Yeah, that,
drivers pit though? The guys in the front.
no,
Would you pit?
I don't think anybody would pit. They lose so much track position, and it's going to be
It
really
would
difficult to
be.
make up all that time in these
Yeah.
final. What's it
Yeah.
going to be? 2 laps? How many laps of racing do you think we're going to get?
It would be 2 laps. Yeah.
2 laps, as we see Jin is yeah, PSI saying RIP to those who retired in the pits just a moment ago. I don't understand. And Hershey saying no contact, just suck at medium and I can't see medium and low speed. I think that is what you're trying to say, Hershey. But yeah, unfortunate for you, you become our fifth retirement of the race just after Oxley retired in the pit lane.
If I'm
And
Srikanth or Abhi, I would have
if I'm
pitted.
Shrikant, I would pit.
Oh, Srikanth is there you
Soft
go.
tires and slow down, Shrikant, please. Don't want to pick up a penalty at this point in the race. I think Spandan is a long way back, so there's no threat from behind. And why is there a bit of front wing or whatever that is over there? And Abhishek, I don't believe anybody is gonna box in the top from the top 10. They're gonna lose so many positions. It's not worth it.
Suicide. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's not worth it. You don't expect to see that tomorrow as well in D1 if we have a late race safety car. And PSI asking why they're not pitting. I think PSI track position is very important and vital here around this track. As we can see, Shooter technically was not on the best tires, but thanks to keeping track position and keeping also a car between him and Jin, he was able to keep the soft runner ahead, so soft runner behind, and stay ahead of Jin.
Yeah, I think the threat from Jin is probably over now. 9-lap-old softs.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if he's got any grip left to challenge the guys ahead
I think
now.
his tires might be about 30 or 40%, 35% worn at this point, Jin. So they're not really going to be in a very good position, but they're not going to be in a terrible position either. I think Jin might be able to give us a little bit of action, might be able to pose a little bit of threat to Harsh. Who is that at the back?
Yeah.
That is Spandan. Shrikant might just catch up to the field. We might have the safety car in at the end of the next lap. Will it be?
I
Yeah, at the end
reckon
of the
it'll be
next
this
lap.
lap, wouldn't it?
No, it
Wouldn't
might
it?
be next lap. Shrikant is close, but Spandan is a bit too far back. And if they call in the safety car right now, it's going to be chaos, utter chaos.
Oh, yeah.
Never say never. You don't know what this game just has to throw on you. And no,
Yeah, so it is 2 laps. that
one
they'll
more
get.
lap. Yeah, one more lap of safety car running. And that we've seen some very questionable safety car calls, and I think Abhishek, yeah, there's going to be no more DRS, right, Baz? No more DRS
No more
for the
DRS.
rest of
No,
the
no more DRS.
race. Yeah.
It's
Oh, Abhi's
just
boxing. Abhi is
Abhi's
boxing for softs, is it? Gonna go for the fastest lap, or at least attempt it. Shrikant in lucky unlucky P13. What's it gonna be for Shrikant?
I mean, looking at his race so far,
Yeah.
yeah. Is that livery, mate? Change it.
A lot of questions being raised about Shrikant's livery choice here, and also Harsh's livery choice. They are in the same team. They are teammates after all. But yeah, it's a very odd livery. I don't want to demonetize the stream, so Caesar can thank me. Yeah.
Straight out of McDonald's, that's what it is.
Yeah. And not necessarily a McDonald's restaurant, maybe the bathroom of a McDonald's. It comes out of there. A mixture of too many things. I'll be very diplomatic and kind here. I don't want this channel to get demonetized. I do enjoy doing comms here. But, and Caesar, we want our funds. Baz wants his initial commentators payment. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, Caesar. We want our payments as soon as possible. I've done
I need my signing on bonus.
Yeah, signing on bonus. We need some. What's it gonna be? Ganesh Chaturthi bonus as well. Every sort of bonus. Come on, Caesar. I've been doing comms for 3 seasons, is it? And I'm still waiting on my first paycheck from IRL. Come on, commentator lives are very important here. We sacrifice absolutely nothing because we're absolutely enjoying this. But yeah, we do
Yeah.
some form of payment, and I think we're gonna get some payment in the form of a safety car restart. The drivers are gonna enjoy that, and somebody is weaving in the background in the Audi livery. Is that Falcon warming up his tires quite a fair bit? The safety car is in this lap. Who do you want to be on board with?
I will stay on board with Jin.
And
You take it away.
somebody's telling you my way. Please make of that what you will, Baz.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Let's not demonetize this, alright, guys? Come on.
all right. And there's a lot of bunching up going on further back. The cinematic camera shows us that. I'll be on board with Harsh for now. Shooter has bolted. That's a great restart by him. He's absolutely left them all for chips, fish and chips. And Wicket Vicky is going to go for a move into turn one.
Ooh.
Willie on those hard tires. He looks to have the move sorted. He's going to go for a move down the inside. And I think that's going to be move sorted. No, it's not.
No.
Jin still stays ahead for the time being. Jin
Good
still has
defense.
those tires. A good defense there. And further back as he Shrikant very close to Mosquito. We'll get back to that in a bit. He makes the move, however. Up ahead though, Harsh is 6 tenths behind Shooter. That was not the best restart, but if you remember, the same exact thing happened at the previous safety car restart. Shooter got a very good restart, but a few laps or a few corners in, Harsh started to reel him in at a very rapid rate. So is the same going to happen on this occasion? With just 1.5 lap to go, Raman picks up a penalty and he's lost a position to 3 drivers, is it? 4 drivers, he's on to P12. She comes in P11, he's just outside the points. A nice little battle here for a few drivers. And yes, Caesar, we did miss that. Malav overtook Falcon. And Pratham now trying to overtake Falcon around the outside at Spoon Curve. I don't think this ends well. We've seen it in 2018. And yeah, they have to go wide. Noble Gata has to take some evasive action. This is a brilliantly close battle. Oh, they make contact. 3 drivers have spun. And yeah, that is absolute curtain. Shrikant has jumped up to P8. Shrikant has made the most of this lifeline, at least at the moment. But look, 2 tenths separate the top 2 as we go into the last lap of a thrilling Japanese Grand Prix. The only figure of 8 track on the circuit has given us a very, very interesting and entertaining 26 laps. What about the 27th? Are we going to see any drama on this lap? Harsh behind Shooter, getting close but not close enough to make a move at turn 1.
Yeah, it'd be the run down to the bus stop at the end of the lap. Oh, Jin made a mistake.
Yeah, and he's going to be under threat from Wicket Vicky, which he has been since the restart. Jin stars are crying out for help. It is all or nothing for Jin. He has to hold on to this podium position for his own sake. Not really. I think he is a reserve at the moment, so he's not going to get any points for his team, but he needs to get some points for himself. Can Jin hold on those aging,
looks like
old hard,
really struggling.
aging soft tires? I think Wicket Vicky is going to be posing a very big threat. 7 is down to last of the running cars. Yeah, people pointing out, I'm not sure why 7 spun. Did he just spin in sympathy? Unsure of...
Was he caught up with the...
Yeah, he's in that 3 car spin. Yeah, 3 car spin.
I think he was, yeah.
Not sure why that happened. And they're gonna dump all their battery, Shooter and Harsh, but I don't think it's gonna be enough for Harsh, because as they come up to the Casio triangle after this beautiful, beautiful corner of 130R, and that's an amazing helicopter shot, and I think it's just not gonna be enough at the end. Shooter leads from start to finish. Bar the pit stop phase, he's led every single lap and he comes across the line to win the race. Harsh finishes P2. Jin holds on to finish P3. Wicket Vicky finishes P4. Domithor finishes in P5. Falcon and You Can Beat Me are going to regain their lost positions in a moment. And actually, never mind. I think You Can Beat Me is going to finish P6 on track as well somehow. And look at the gap between Raman and Deadly Mosquito. It's 13 milliseconds. And somebody's lost a lot of places there. Shrikant has tumbling down the order there. 7 rounds of the last car, but wow. That was
what a race.
Brilliant race. And yeah, in the end, Shrikant did not score any points out Abhishek's. Yes, the lifeline was not enough. And You Can Beat Me, I think deservedly so gets the driver of the day, not the fastest lap.
Yeah, definitely one of his strongest showings. Yeah, definitely, for sure.
I must say that was a very, very good showing by Malav. Even though it may be P6, I think he can be very proud of that. That was some brilliant pace by him today. And In the end, however, it's Shooter on top, on the top step, taking the winner's trophy from Harsh.
Yeah,
And
was it ever in doubt?
people predicted Shooter would be on top. You did as well. So did
I
I.
predicted both of them,
Yeah.
Shooter and Hush, and then obviously Jin's the prize
Yeah.
package.
Yes.
Um,
And with the
yeah,
fastest lap as well. So why don't you
fastest
run
lap
us
as
through
well.
the finishing order, Jin, Baz?
Yeah, so we got Shooter taking P1, Hush P2, Jin P3, followed by Vicky 4th, Domito 5th, You Can Beat Me 6th, Deadly Mosquito 7th, Brahmin 8th, Abi 9th, Falcon 10th, Spundon 11th, Pradham 12th, Nobugaard 13th, F17 14th. Let me get those up.
And why Shriek on the lap now?
And then Srikant 15, Harshi 16, Oxtra 17, Abdul 18, Pulitzer 19th, and Viper Speed 20th.
Yep, and a lot of incidents we've seen. I've just run through the incidents tab in the race director, and with that we conclude the Japanese Grand Prix. It's time for the podium interviews. So I think we've seen these two in the post-race podium for I think this is the fifth race this season or the sixth race this season that we've seen the pair of them in on the podium together.
Yeah, I
Shooter and
mean,
Harsh.
the most consistent drivers in this division, so it's no surprise that they regularly come to these podium interviews.
Yep. That is mighty impressive there. Let's invite the top three to the party. I'm gonna. Do you have all of them added?
I have Jin.
I'll add a Harsh and Shooter. And I can't see either of them. I can see Shooter. I can't see
Oh
Harsh.
shoot,
I'll
can't
request
see
Shooter to
Hush.
add. I'll request Shooter
Yeah,
to add
I've invited
Harsh.
Hush as well.
All right. Thank you for that. As we wait for the top three to join, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna ask. Actually, I'm gonna ask Jin which car he wants to be displayed while the podium interview is taking place because he's a reserve. He doesn't really have a full-time car. There we go. Jin is here. So I hope you can hear us, Jin and Shooter.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can. Well done, firstly, to the both of you. Shooter, if you can, just please add Harsh or request him to join the party.
Yeah,
And Jin, meanwhile, you are not a
Yes.
full-time driver, you're a reserve, so which team would you like to have on your podium interview?
Audi.
Alright, I might have the Audi livery.
I think it was given at the in the beginning of the game itself.
Yeah, my livery has been leaked already, but yeah, this is the Audi livery. Alright, so, Jin,
Yes.
P3.
I think it's P2 because Harsh has a 5 second from the previous week, so just getting that backed out there. But P3 on track. P3 on track.
Jin, I must say, me and Baz here were very, very impressed by your driving and especially your defense at the end there. Walk us through your strategy call. Why did you opt for the soft tires when the safe bet was to go for the hard tires? And almost all those around you went for the hard tires. Why did you go for the softs? And how did it feel at the end there, having to hold off Wicked Vicky?
So I started on mediums because I think P13 when I started. So I was like, let's start on the mediums, and if anything happened on lap 1 or lap 2, I was going to pit on hards and finish the race with them. However, luck happened to strike my way. I got a very lucky time safety car, and I just pit on softs because I know for a fact that softs can do about 13 laps on this, and you start losing performance around the 9th, 10th lap range. So the goal was to drive as hard as possible because I know that they are on hards, and Suzuka is a tough enough track to overtake anyways. So the goal is to try something different in order to make moves happen. So that was the reason for my softs.
Alright. In the end, it did work out for you. You had the advantage, meanwhile, at the first safety car restart. You were giving Harsh a bit of a hard time.
The second safety car restart happened at the worst possible time for me because I was very close and I would have tried a move, but this time on the inside, and then, well, I mean, such is racing, I guess. It just happens. And on the last lap, lap 27, that would be I made a very big mistake in sector 1 because I had marbling on my tires, so one of my tires didn't stop as well as I hoped it would. So I kind of like straight lined one of the S's, so I had to like fend for my life there. But luckily no DRS, so we got a bit lucky with that as well.
Yes. It did work out for you though in the engine. A brilliant drive by you, and congratulations on track P3. Let the stewards decide what your final position is gonna be. Yeah.
Thank you,
Right.
Chips.
Very well done. Very impressive driving by you. Baz, anything you'd like to ask Jin?
Great drive, Jin. Great drive. Did you, when you woke up this morning, expect to get P3?
I didn't even expect to get a seat.
Oh yeah.
I literally like made it back home. The results hadn't been announced yet, and I was like, okay, maybe another week of not racing, and then the supreme leader. Well, he was a bit late to the occasion this time, but thankfully got a seat, got P3, so I'll take it. All in all,
That's
a good
why.
day.
That's why he's a supreme leader. He decides what he wants to do. But yeah, no, it was brilliant. Honestly, I was watching on board with you most of this race, and the way you were coming through the grid, it was definitely probably one of your best drives. Would you say?
Yeah, I think so. It really one of my best shots. Had to avoid contact at so many points when you're starting from the back, especially on a narrow track like this. Could requires peak concentration at some point.
Yeah, well done, mate.
Thank you, mate.
Really well done, Jin. Congrats to you. You're really massive congrats. And you also got the fastest lap, so well done to you. Now we move on to, is Harsh here? Yo Harsh. So Harsh, it's P2 at the end. Shooter was just 6/10 away from you at the checkered flag. Walk us through your race. Oh.
Okay, yeah. So my race. So first of all, my quali was really bad. I was really disappointed with that. But yeah, it was still a P2, so I guess P3. So it was still not that bad, considering how bad my lap was. But yeah, I got a really good start. Got Domitor at the start, and then yeah, it was just me and Shooter flying away from the field in the next 15 laps. Then the safety car comes, Wicked and Jin get really lucky, and Jin and I had like really good fights. I think in turn 1 I had to go really defensive, but it was fair for the most part, I think. But yeah, great race, good pace by Shooter. I don't think he had made a single mistake, because I saw his rear the whole time, the whole race. I didn't see a single mistake from him, so props to him.
That is, but it was supreme concentration by you as well. I don't think there was a single moment in the entire race where you were outside Shooter's DRS range. That was a very good effort by you, and that also required some real concentration. Well done to you. P2 on track. Congrats to you. Baz, anything you'd like to ask the Ferrari driver?
Yeah, I mean, great performance, mate. Did you think there was any chance that you could have maybe gone for the move for P1?
On Shooter,
Yeah.
so my plan was, before the safety car came, for the first stint I'm just gonna ride behind Shooter, because there was no point of overtaking before the last few laps, as Shooter would have stuck in my DRS after. So I just thought I'll save my battery, save my tires, and keep it behind him, because Shooter was also low on fuel, and being in DRS helped me save fuel. But then the safety car came and it ruined the whole plan. So we just decided to play it together and like not go for some risky moves, just end 1-2.
Yeah, I was telling Chips that they're probably working together trying to build that gap. But no, it was a great performance by you as well. Well done.
Thanks, Faz.
Really, really well done, Harsh. Congrats to you. Just one question, Harsh. A very serious question from all of us in the IRL community. What is that livery?
Wait, you didn't like it? Really?
People are
Did
really
Street can't
against
force you,
it.
because if he did,
Oh,
we will have
I
a talking.
honestly liked it, but yeah, maybe next time
See,
if we get a chance,
I'm
I'll
in a
come up with
neutral
better
position.
delivery.
Yeah, I'm in a neutral position about it, but people really love the livery in air quotes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that Ferrari livery might need a bit
You
of a
know, you
rework.
can give 99% of credit or livery to Shrikant Das.
And yeah, that is P12 for him. So not a
Credit
very.
is a bold way of saying it.
But yeah, maybe rework the livery for the next race so that people praise it next time on.
Hopefully,
But yeah.
hopefully, Codemasters can fix the game by next race.
Oh, you have too many high expectations. Come on, man. Seriously,
Uh,
you want them to fix a game? Huh? How dare you in 2023
I
you
think
want to
they'll
fix
come out with a
functioning
new
game?
sofa before that.
Yeah, you want, and it is sad that you want a functioning game in 2023. That's well beyond gaming standards. Come on.
yeah. Right,
But
you're right, Chips.
anyhow, Harsh, massive congrats to you and really well done.
Thank you once again, Chips.
And we now move on to person who won Singapore by 30 seconds and has taken the race win very next week at Japan. Shooter.
Hey, Chips, hey, Baz.
Hey. What a lovely, amazing drive by you. Bar the
Thank
fastest
you.
lap, I think you got every single accolade in this race. You led
Yeah.
every single lap that you could and you took pole. That was, I think, the most flawless drive by you apart from Singapore. Just walk us through your race.
I means first let's talk about quali. So I really got a good lap time in the second run, 27-1. So I was aiming for 26-9 just to see like if I can push, because that time I was not looking like if I want to crash or not. I was just like pushing, and then I went back off Viper speed, and I saw him. I saw him going off track and invalidating, and still he didn't back off. So I had to back off then. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's no harm done. But yeah, I was going faster that time. Coming to the race, so as you know, means Harsh and I, we were just talking like there should not be any safety car, because if there's no safety car, then we will be free to fight. We both seeing, and it was like we have cleared the whole field 10 seconds in lap 10, and we were just fighting. I knew, means it was all mathematical tips. Like I knew, like if on main straight, if he's like more than 7 turns behind me, he will not be able to make the move. Yeah. So that was the whole aim every lap, to keep in the final sectors more than 7 turns gap.
Alright. I think
Yeah.
you managed that every single lap. We did see you struggle now rather. The gap diminished between you and Harsh just after the safety car restart. At the restart, you were very powerful, but just a few turns after the safety car restart, you lost a
Yeah,
bit of time to
I
Harsh.
had.
Were you
a-
backing off or?
Yeah, no. I was not backing off. I had a slight moment. Even Harsh pointed out that did I lose the rear? I was like I was about to. But yeah, after that lap, after the safety car restart lap, I was back in the group. There was nothing. So yeah, there I just overshot my braking at turn one and went little wide.
Alright.
Yeah.
But despite that, it's a flawless drive by you. You can be very, very proud of this win as well. And
Thank you.
massive congrats to you. Massive congrats to you, Shooter. Really, really well done.
Yeah. GG for both of us and GG for Ranchi boys.
Johar Jharkhand.
Yeah.
And Baz, anything you'd like to ask the race winner?
Yeah, I mean, some would say shooter dominance could bore some F1 fans, but nah. Credit where credit's due. What a performance, mate! Like
Thank you. Thank you.
that. I think. What kind of lap were you on for? If quali didn't go the way it did.
Means I was 1.5 turns up at end of sector
Yeah.
2.
So
Yeah, so
definitely
it could have been
26
in
something,
26s, but
right? Yeah.
nevertheless.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean,
Yeah.
it was like you said, a mathematically played out race. So yeah, it was great to watch.
I know Harsh's pace. He is like super fast. If a single bit of mistake is there on my end, he will pound on me and overtake.
Yeah.
So that was
yeah. Yeah, it was great racing from both of
You
you and
drove a great
and from
race,
Jin as
Shooter.
well. It was a good race.
Great race,
Thank
Shooter.
you.
Not a single mistake.
Well, that's the pressure by you.
Yeah, right. Jin had us both worried after the
Yeah,
first
after the safety car restart, right? I was like, oh, I have to. We both were talking. It's like, okay, few more laps, then I think his softs might die off. Few more laps, and then Harsh was saying,
Yeah, but
his
he
softs
was
are not
falling
dying. It's like, what to do?
Jin kept it behind me. I thought now this lap his thoughts will die because my hearts were dying.
Yeah, mate. I mean, I honestly got to try the very next lap for a move, but then safety car, and then you know how it is from that point
Yeah,
onwards.
you probably saw me blinking in 130. I made you more, you know, to
Yeah,
make that
I
move.
saw that. I saw that. I was just like, we need to try something now. But then safety car
Yeah.
happened. I don't know why it happened, but whoever caused the safety car, I hope you know my race win is not there because of you. Curse you.
That was very unexpected. The second safety car was very unexpected.
Yeah, came out very late too. We didn't have DRS also in the last lap, but luckily
Yeah.
it is what it is. League racing is such.
Yes. Oh. Oh. Somehow the
I think it's time to end
magical.
the stream. Goodbye.
Yeah, it is.
Goodbye,
Before
goodbye.
we end the stream, I would just.
Singapore. Sorry.
You're late by one race, my guy.
Welcome, PSI. I think just before we end the stream, we have had a very nice special visitor. I would just want to ask Shooter and Harsh, you do work together very well, but it must also be noted that you are both championship contenders. How are you gonna treat this going towards the end of the season?
Friends off track.
Rosberg Hamilton 2016.
Are we gonna
It's
see
not like we
fractures?
don't fight,
Yeah.
Chips. We do fight, but we both usually keep it clean.
Yeah.
Like we know our limits.
Alright.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to explain that answer.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not like I would ever back off because we are playing together if I have an opportunity, and I can say the same for Shooter. He will go for the move if he has an
We
opportunity.
both are highly competitive when it comes like in Singapore also when Rashikant and I we were on fresh hearts and he was on whole hearts. So I knew that he will defend.
Yeah, I
and
made it
is
clear
his
that
right.
I am
Yeah.
not giving you a free pass. You'll have
Yeah.
to go and overtake me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we like to see. That's good. That's great. I can't wait to actually see a race where you guys go back and forth every lap. But yeah, we'll look forward to that.
That would be just a sight to behold, I must say. Two championship rivals
Yeah.
going at it. That's going to be something we're going to look out for. But until then, really well done to the top three, all of you, to all the drivers who finished. Really well done. Thank you, guys. It's lovely to have you in the comms box. Please do stop by more often. And
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you, boys, for the comms. Good luck
Thank
for
you.
even tomorrow.
Yep.
always-
Good luck. Good luck.
and
First time in Ireland we've had a foreigner commentate, so yeah, that's good as well.
Yeah, I'm hoping people could understand my
not really.
accent.
We had Nobel
but-
do comms for once.
No, this is the one who. Never mind. I'm not going to say that on the stream. Anyways, we'll talk later about this. Bye bye.
in the debrief, chalo. We'll talk in the debrief. Chalo. Until then, thank you everyone. Thank you to all those who
Shooter
watched the stream.
podcast.
And yeah, Shooter podcast, giving us a very nice topics to talk about every race. But yeah, thank you. Do stay tuned for the D1 race tomorrow. Until then, signing off. Thank you. Take care. Good night and bye bye.